Yo, what is up guys? It's me, Lee, back bringing some more daily NBA news. As always, you guys are the real MVPs coming back each and every single day. Seriously, can't thank you enough. And if you're new here, if this is your first time, then welcome. Make yourselves comfortable. You guys are also greatly appreciated, but make sure that just smack that sub button and hit the bell as well so you can stay up to date with everything that goes on in the NBA on a daily basis. But now, let's take a look at everything that is going on in the NBA. However, I do first have to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video, Yabwear NBA Clothing. Some of the dopest styled NBA clothes you can buy, with the growing selection of some of the game's elite players such as LeBron James, Ben Simmons, Russell Westbrook, Kyrie Irving, Steph Curry, and more. They got you covered. Hats, hoodies, t-shirts, you name it. Check them out by using the links in the description box below. For our first story of the day, guys, you will not believe what is going on right now. Remember how we got word that Paul George's agent was supposedly telling people that he's going to re-sign with the OKC Thunder this offseason? We talked about that yesterday. Well, scrap that, because we just got word that Paul George is headed to Las Vegas with Kyle Kuzma. But not only that, we also got word saying that Lonzo Ball is probably there as well. And all of this started yesterday when both Paul George and Kyle Kuzma posted on their Instagram stories that they had just landed in Las Vegas around the same time. Call it a coincidence if you want, you know, it's just two guys, right? Well, that is where Lonzo Ball comes in, as he himself didn't post that he was in Vegas, but around the same time as Paul George and Kyle Kuzma, Lonzo's agent, who goes by the name of Demo, posted that he also just landed in Las Vegas. So Kyle Kuzma, Paul George, and Lonzo Ball, and maybe some other members of the Lakers, who knows, are all in Las Vegas right now together. Now, I wouldn't call that a coincidence at all. I don't know why else Paul George would be hanging out with a bunch of players on the Los Angeles Lakers. Seems like some serious recruiting is going on, if you were to ask me. Kind of similar to how Nick Young was recruited to the Golden State Warriors last year when he was caught hanging out with Draymond Green and Kevin Durant on his Snapchat. Now, of course, you can't compare recruiting Nick Young to recruiting Paul George, but I mean, the similarities are kind of there. And with all these rumors of PG to LA already in circulation, this is only going to add a ton more fuel to the fire. For our next story, all right, we're just gonna touch on this one like extremely briefly because we were just talking about Nick Young. Anyways, after the Warriors game 6 yesterday against the Houston Rockets, the media caught up with Swaggy P and they interviewed him. And in this interview, something extremely interesting was said, as Nick Young claimed that he had Dennis Rodman pop up in his dream and demand him to play defense. I mean, this is stuff that you just can't make up, so take a look.
You know, yeah, it was Dennis Rodman came in my dream last night, and I was wondering why he came in my dream. He had the purple hair, all kind of stuff, but he told me, you know, tomorrow you're gonna play a little defense. I was like, nah, that's not my game. Dennis Rodman, why you in my dream? But it, you know, just so happened I played a little defense.
This man is really on the team that's favorited to win a ring. Swaggy P, Nick Young, is about to get an NBA ring. The duo of Nick Young and JaVale McGee is about to have more rings than the duo of John Stockton and Karl Malone ever got together. Makes sense. Next up in the news, we have received some not so great reports surrounding Chris Paul, as of course he missed game 6, and now Adrian Wojnarowski is reporting that it is unlikely that Chris Paul will play in game 7. The chances of a Chris Paul comeback with a right hamstring injury for game 7, sources tell ESPN less likely than likely, but working every angle to try. And Rockets head coach Mike D'Antoni said Chris Paul is absolutely devastated. He's devastated. He has to be. We're all devastated for him. As far as his hopes of Chris Paul playing in game 7, he had this to say: as soon as he's able to walk or run, he'll do it. There was no shot at it today, but he's getting treatment around the clock and you never know. Body heals at different rates, so we'll see what happens. So he made it sound like Chris Paul isn't even able to walk right now. Look, that's awful. And if Chris Paul isn't able to play in game 7, it'll be one of the biggest letdowns, just another letdown for the entire NBA community. We will once again have gotten straight up robbed due to injuries. And this isn't me taking anything away from what the Warriors have been able to accomplish ever since 2015. They have been the best team in the NBA ever since that time. But I'm just saying, every time a team comes along that might be able to do something against the Golden State Warriors, bang, 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 injuries. Happened in 2015 when Kyrie Irving went down in the NBA Finals. And of course, in 2017, we all know what happened with Kawhi Leonard. And now the Houston Rockets with Chris Paul. Every single time this happens, a key player, maybe the key player, gets injured. It's just unfortunate that us NBA fans once again be left wondering, what if the team the Warriors had to play was actually healthy for once? Anyways, as far as how the Warriors feel about Chris Paul not playing, you all know that deep down they have to be feeling a little bit relieved, even if they will never admit it themselves. But Steve Kerr said he also feels terrible. This kind of stuff always happens to CP3.
More than anything, I feel bad for Chris. You know, the guy's a phenomenal player and competitor, and pretty much willed his team the last 2 games, and he's just been haunted by these types of injuries in his career, and it's a shame. I hate when anybody gets hurt.
All this aside, I will say that the Houston Rockets have earned everyone's respect around the league. Before this series started, there were still some people that weren't taking the Houston Rockets seriously, thought that the Warriors were going to win in 4 or 5, saying that the Rockets were a great regular season team, but now the Warriors were about to expose them. Well, all of that talk has officially been put to rest. Everyone knows now that this Rockets team is for real. They have what it takes when healthy to win an NBA championship. For our 4th story of the day, it's been a while, it's been a good while. All good things must eventually come to an end, as Lavar Ball is back in the news, and he is back bashing the Los Angeles Lakers for how they handled his son during his rookie season, as he blamed the LA Lakers trainers for why Lonzo Ball was always injured in his rookie year. As he said this yesterday, "My expectation for Lonzo is for him to be twice as good as he was this year and to be more healthy. He understands, he went through it. If you're going to be doing those workouts with the rubber bands like that dude Gunner has been doing, that is trash training. That's what I call it, trash. It wasn't like that when I brought him over there. When he first came to the Lakers, he never got hurt. He was never hurt. If it were up to LeVar, he would be Lonzo's trainer, agent, coach, while also being the owner, GM, and announcer for the LA Lakers, maybe even the ref as well. But to blame the trainers for Lonzo Ball constantly being hurt last year it's ridiculous. Injuries happen, and for Lonzo, it just seems like his body wasn't ready for the stress of an 82-game regular season, and that's why he and the Lakers have prioritized getting him stronger before next season so he won't be injured as much, and he's still working out with the same Lakers training that he was working out with before. And even if you want to take it further, if it was because of the trainers that Lonzo Ball was getting injured, and the other players on the Lakers also be having tons of injury problems too. You look at Kyle Kuzma, why wasn't he injured so much his rookie year? Can't blame everything on someone else, Lavar. And for our final story of the day, of course it has to be Game 6 between the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Rockets. And to no one's surprise, it was the Warriors who were able to win this one with the absence of Chris Paul, as they had their way with the Rockets in the second half after the Rockets made it seem like they might have been able to pull out the impossible and win without Chris Paul in the first half. And Klay Thompson looked exactly like the Klay Thompson from back in the Warriors 2016 series against OKC in Game 6, as he took over for the Warriors and really carried them until Curry started to hit his shots as well. And after the game, the media asked Durant if he saw any similarities between Klay Thompson last night and Klay Thompson back in 2016, and this is how that conversation went down.
Klay just said he is made for this, born for this, to do this in big games. What do you both remember from that 2000?
Please don't go there.
What do you both remember from the 2016 game at Oklahoma City?
Next question.
I think we both blocked that whole year out of our memory.
For sure.
So we're good.
As for Klay Thompson, he said that he is built for moments like this. When his team needs someone to step up, he is going to be there.
I don't know if I was born for it, but I definitely worked my butt off to get to this point. And I mean, I guess you can say I was born for it. I don't know. I guess everything happens for a reason.
It was really impressive of Klay Thompson. He wasn't having the best series up until this point, so him to be able to turn it on like he did just in the nick of time to be able to spark his team for the win, it's impressive. Anyways, Game 7 is Monday, and let's just all hope that Chris Paul has some miraculous recovery and is able to actually play so we can avoid another major what if in NBA history. That is going to lead us to the question of the day though. Do you guys think that CP3 is playing in Game 7? And if not, do the Rockets still have a chance without him in Game 7? Let me know down in the comment section below. But that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, if you did, be sure to smack that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more daily NBA news. Thank you once again for watching. I'll see all of you right back here tomorrow. But until then, keep getting the bugs, team, as you see, and I'm out of here. Peace!